following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona, this is Brother Mike back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Thank you for tuning into the program. Today's Bible study, Satan's Woke America. He woke us up, folks. Wow. This one is quite remarkable. Hey, will you call somebody and tell them the radio program's on? I have a lot of unusual information to share with you today. I'll do my announcements now. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. The website, we have all of our ministry services there. Of course, we have 2 live services every week, Thursdays and Fridays at 7 o'clock for teaching, healing, and deliverance. Both services are broadcast live on our YouTube teaching channel, youtube.com/House of Healing AZ. As you know, we never closed down at all for COVID. It made absolutely zero impact on our ministry. We never canceled a service or a counseling appointment. I saw through that hoax from day one, and now we're into the vaccine hoax. It's unreal. Don't have time to go into that today. Sign up for one of our free seminars when you go to the website. I have a special teaching class the 4th Saturday of every month. It's at noon in the small sanctuary at the Deliverance Center. No charge, free. Very well received, very unusual and interesting information. Nobody teaches the kind of information that we do at the Deliverance Center anywhere in the United States. It's a very unique and unusual facility. Very different. Obviously, it does not have broad-based appeal, but it does to people who are desperate for miracles. Don't forget about the PayPal button and send us a donation, as you have been for the last 19 years I've been on the air. Sister Karen's on the homepage, ready to sell your house for you. For sale, she loves working with born-again Christians. If you need to be water baptized, that is also on the homepage of the website. Satan's New Woke America. Here we go. I wanted to show you how he does it. He's beyond genius in terms of intelligence. He controls almost all of the planet Earth. There are spots of resistance in a few places. The Arizona Deliverance Center is one of them. Churches are not one of them. He runs all the churches and all the church denominations. There are a few here and there who have broken free, such as us. We're obviously not the only ones. But here's how the devil does it. Here's how he's taking over. He's doing it legislatively first. Let me give you an example. Let's take the most amazing state, not only in America, but on the planet Earth. Okay? This is totally remarkable. I went to high school in California. I'm from Anaheim. I moved there from Kansas, where I originally was from. And back in the 70s, when I was living in California and going to high school, the place was, it was a paradise. It was unbelievable. The economy was absolutely incredible. There weren't near as many people living there then as there are now, but it was bad then. But check this out. In 2014, California passed a ballot measure, and they reclassified nonviolent theft as a misdemeanor. It was no longer a felony. And the misdemeanor went up to stealing up to $950 worth of merchandise. That means that if you steal $949 worth of merchandise, you will not be prosecuted for a felony. It is simply a misdemeanor. So what happened then? The thieves said to themselves, hey, let's start raiding these stores, stealing up to $950, never going over that. And then we go to the next store, steal $950, and go to the next store and steal $950. Well, as you can imagine, that has had a devastating effect on the major cities in California. Let's take San Francisco, for example. As you know, they closed 18 Walgreens stores there because the stores are no longer profitable, because they have to give away so much merchandise on a daily basis. No one prosecutes anyone stealing up to $950, so they just closed their stores. Wow, isn't that interesting? Then the mayor there, a progressive liberal, demon-possessed person named London Breed, she said they weren't going to publish any booking photos anymore because she didn't want to stereotype black and brown faces. So now the criminals that come in and steal all the stuff don't get charged with a felony, and their identities are never released, thanks to George Soros and the new policies violating God's holy word that says, "Thou shalt not steal." Then this Mayor Breed cut $120 million from the police and sheriff department. What happened then? Crime skyrocketed. After she did this, 23 cops resigned from the San Francisco Police Department. Interesting. Property crimes skyrocketed. Really? Shoplifting went through the roof. Burglaries increased by 50%. Carjackings went up 34%. In addition to that, San Francisco, one of the most beautiful cities on the planet Earth, by far. San Francisco is so gorgeous, it's ridiculous. That place is unreal beautiful. It is now a hog bin dump. The streets are now littered, literally, with garbage and no law enforcement. Check this out. They did a survey in 2018 of 153 blocks in downtown San Francisco. Trash was littered on every block. 41 blocks were dotted with needles. 96 blocks were dotted with open feces from homeless people taking dumps on the sidewalk. Switching over to Los Angeles. What's happening over there? The same thing. The same thing. Homelessness everywhere. Crime climbing through the roof. The mayor there is about ready to join Joe Biden's task force, and he's going to abandon the place real soon. He set it up to be destroyed. He did what George Soros told him to do. He wanted LA wiped out. He did it. Now he's going to jump ship. Walk over to Venice Beach. Venice Beach is one of the most beautiful cities on the planet. You can't even imagine. If you've never been to Venice Beach, man, you wouldn't even believe how pretty this place is. It's unreal. It is now littered with trash and has homeless encampments everywhere. Have you ever been to Seattle, Washington? One of the most gorgeous cities you've ever laid your eyes on. The place is drop dead gorgeous. Not anymore. Littered with trash, crime, and the homeless everywhere. Needles, garbage, and human feces flopping through the streets. You can't go downtown Seattle anymore without your parents practically having to carry you to avoid stepping in human feces and drug needles. It's unbelievable. Check out North American Moving Services. I used to work for them when I was in California. I was working my way through high school and started college. It used to be called North American Van Lines back in the old days. But anyway, guess what Satan is doing now? He is trashing out the Democrat cities and states. He's ruining them. Why is he doing that? Well, according to North American Moving Services, people moving out of states include Illinois, New York, California, New Jersey, and Maryland. They're the top states. People running, they're fleeing. They're leaping off the ship and swimming ashore. Why is Satan having them do that? He's doing it for the exact same reason he did in the Middle East. Only he used war to drive people out of their country, the Middle East, into Europe. He's doing the same thing now. He's driving people out of the Democrat-run states, and the states that are picking up most of the people moving, according to North American Moving Services, are the obvious. Idaho, Arizona, Texas, South Carolina, Tennessee, North Carolina. These states are picking up people coming from the Democrat states. Europe is inundated with Muslims fleeing destruction in the Islamic countries. Why is he doing that? To spread his ideology. He wants his people to leave one state and one country and go to the other and spread their poisonous doctrine. The Muslims that fled the Islamic countries are destroying countries in Europe through their ideology and their refusal to assimilate. The same thing's going to happen here in America. The Democrats who are brainwashed into satanic stupidity are going to leave these states and move to Republican or red states, and they're going to brainwash the people there, and that's how Satan is spreading people around to destroy America. Because when Satan is in command, crime always follows him. And where crime follows, people flee. They run. And now Satan is getting people to transfer out of the states that he's currently destroying into states that have not been destroyed yet. And he has to spread the people there in order to get it done. In addition to that, mass killings now are running amok in America. He's killing everybody off in mass now. There were 18 mass shootings already in the United States this year. It's only through June. Then he's murdering everybody he can get his hands on in Chicago, Baltimore, St. Louis, Minneapolis, all these Democrat-run states who want to defund the police and use criminal justice reform, which doesn't do anything but enable criminals. Satan is using politics, he's using laws, he's using people relocating to spread his doctrine in an attempt to take over the United States, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to eventually take over the United States. The United States will abandon Israel. In Revelation chapter 12, Israel is evacuating the country, and no one's there to help him. We are not there during the tribulation because we abandoned them. And Satan made sure we did it. Friend, you need to change your Christian life now and learn spiritual warfare. In the future, deliverance ministries will be the most sought after ministries anywhere in the United States. Because of the power of Satan and because he's destroying the country, people will be running to deliverance ministries, trying to be set free from mental illness, emotional illness, physical illness, satanic, demonic oppression. You need to learn spiritual warfare. I would be happy to help you. 602-636-5800.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.